If you are a qualified coach or training to become a coach, what do you say when someone asks you, "So, you are a coach, but what do you actually do?" Or, "What do you mean you are a coach?" What does that mean? Does it have anything to do with sports? Let's face it, most people who aren't coaches themselves have no idea what coaching really is and what it isn't. They don't know the definition of coaching. They wouldn't be able to tell the difference between coaching and consulting, coaching and training, or coaching and therapy. They have a vague idea about coaching, but they don't know its definition. Most probably, they have never heard about open questions, the wheel of life, the grow model, or any other coaching tools or techniques. Nowadays, almost everyone has heard something about coaching, but very few people understand what it really is. Ironically, many of us coaches seem to assume that everyone knows what we coaches do and how specifically we help our clients or what value we give. And we are surprised that people are not interested in it, that they don't want the transformation coaching can give them. How come? Why is that? If you find this video valuable, you may want to subscribe to my channel, Coach for More, in which I regularly publish videos with tips on how to grow a profitable coaching business. In this video, let's focus on your coaching offer and how to make sure it is irresistible to your potential client. So first of all, do you need a detailed offer that gives your potential client a clear information on what problem you solve, what one specific thing you help them with, what your program looks like, and how they'll benefit if they invest in your program? Or is it enough to have a standard coaching offer, informing about a number of sessions in the package, claiming that you will help them achieve any goal they want, that each person is unique and you help them tap into their full potential, which doesn't mean much to your potential client? I've been coaching for over 12 years and I have never heard, "Piotr, I've heard you're a coach. Could you help me discover what I want and achieve that? I don't know what it is, but I've heard coaching is amazing." What offer do you have right now on your coaching or training website? If you don't have a website yet, don't worry. When I started coaching in 2012, my offer was very general. Well, in fact, I had no specific offer. I was like thousands of other coaches, and I didn't see the need for standing out from the crowd. I didn't understand its importance. I just wanted to start coaching. I called myself an executive coach and hoped that people would be interested. Well, they weren't. I wasn't solving a specific problem my potential clients were experiencing, like not having enough time, feeling constantly tired, not having the energy to focus on key strategic issues, being overworked or overwhelmed, not knowing how to delegate, or knowing how to delegate but not doing it because they thought nobody would do it well enough, not being able to set boundaries, being run by a business instead of running a business. I just had a long list of contexts, but I wasn't an expert at anything. I was a generalist. The fact was that during the first 2 years, I had very few clients, and I managed to generate the revenue of less than £7,000 coaching, which was well below my expectations. I hoped to turn coaching into my main source of income, but it wasn't happening, and I had no idea how to make it happen. I was doing exactly what other executive coaches were doing, and it wasn't working. Nobody seemed to care. Nobody was interested in my offer. As I said, I was a generic executive coach. I was a generalist. Have you heard the sentence, "Generalists look for clients, but clients look for experts"? In 2014, I changed my approach. I stopped calling myself an executive coach. I stopped calling myself a coach. I understood that people are not interested in you, what you call yourself. If you are a life coach, an executive coach, a mindset coach, people are interested in them, not you. They start noticing you if you give them a solution to a problem they have or a pain they are experiencing. When the problem or the pain is serious enough, they'll pause what they are doing and they'll listen to you. Not for too long though. If they don't have a clear picture of you and what you do, they'll move on. They're busy. They want to go back to watching their favorite series on Netflix. They want to chill out. They aren't patient. And if they don't understand what you do specifically, they'll move on to look for someone they need, an expert who will help them get what they want, or even more frequently, get rid of something they don't want, something they are fed up with, instead of offering general coaching. I decided to solve one problem. What was the one problem I was solving? Newly promoted leaders in the production sector didn't know how to manage their teams. They had no idea how to set goals, give instructions, delegate, how to make decisions, and how to communicate them. They had no managerial experience. They had no skills. There was the direct problem I was solving, not knowing how to manage, not having tools. At a deeper level though, there were other problems or pains: not feeling secure, not feeling professional, being too strict or too lenient, not treating their team members fairly, having very little or no authority. That was the perspective of the new leader. That was their world. My program was solving those problems. However, that was not the end of the story. My program was solving those problems by training the leaders, giving them tools, structures, and techniques, by raising their awareness on what they needed to learn, showing them how to do it, helping them to understand why they were learning and practicing those skills. What was equally important, I was solving the problem for HR people who are responsible for training and development. The HR people actually made the purchasing decisions. So I needed to make sure I understood their world, their pains and challenges. What were those? A higher turnover rate, high levels of stress related to promotion, a lot of time invested in managing stress, resolving conflicts. My program was the answer to those pains. What was in fact the one problem I was solving? HR people were busy supporting and managing newly promoted leaders, which was time-consuming, stressful, and negative. I had an answer to that problem. It was called my new role, and it was my offer, a development program for newly promoted leaders in the production sector. I outlined the program content and listed all the skills and competencies the participants would develop during the program, as well as the key benefits for the organization. Let me give you some examples. You'll have more time for leading and managing your people instead of doing their work. You'll feel in control of your time and energy. You'll know exactly how to react and what to say in situations that could potentially undermine your authority. The result? 4 new corporate clients, 8 cohorts, and the income of over £70,000 during the following 15 months. Do you see the difference? And it happened just because I created the offer of the program that was solving very specific problems for the clients, like a high turnover rate, conflicts within their teams, and a low morale and engagement. There was a problem. Companies promoted their employees to leadership roles, and those people had no idea how to retain the best people, how to manage conflicts, how to behave in difficult situations, or how to have difficult conversations. The sooner you understand that your clients are not really interested in coaching or training as such, the faster you'll start generating the income you need and want. The pure coaching doesn't like talking about problems. It loves talking about people, their potential, dreams and goals. I am not saying those are not important. What I'm saying is that they are not specific or compelling enough for the potential client. I have never had a client who turned to me and said that they needed some coaching. My clients pay me because they want me to help them solve a specific problem they have. They invest in my support because they want to learn from me and move forward faster. Now, my clients are coaches and trainers who don't generate the income they want. And I help them change exactly that. I help them to make more money coaching and finally start enjoying the freedom and lifestyle they want. If you go to my website, coachformore.com, you will immediately see what working with me will help you to achieve and change. Your coaching offer doesn't have to be very long. In fact, the shorter and more to the point, the better. Focus on the benefits the clients will experience thanks to working with you and investing in your program. You don't need to describe all the tools and techniques you will use. In fact, that would be a bad idea. What the client needs to understand is how they will benefit from your program, what will change in their lives as a result, what your solution or program looks like. Show them that you have a system, that is so important. We all tend to trust systems, especially if they've been tried and tested. Finally, what it will cost them. If they stay put, or if they don't make the decision to invest in themselves and in your support. Your clients don't want coaching as such. They don't really care. In fact, if you write or say that you will ask them open questions, they may run away. They don't want any more questions. They have so many questions already. They are already confused. I am not saying that you won't be asking questions during the sessions. Powerful questions are so important in the coaching process. I'm just suggesting that it is a better idea to talk about the results, what the client will experience, rather than the tools. For example, instead of writing, "I'll ask you powerful questions that will help you define your priorities," write, "You'll be clear about what matters the most to you." Does that make sense? Instead of questions, your clients want answers and a clear system that will help them achieve something they want or get rid of something they don't want anymore in their lives. The wheel of life, DISC or be, do, have list don't mean much to them unless they're coaches themselves and understand the jargon. If you want to make sure your offer is truly irresistible, speak your client's language. You may be solving the same problem, for example, not having enough time, but you'll be using a different language, different wording, depending on who your client is. Your offer for a busy mom who dreams about having 5 hours a week for herself, and an offer for a corporate leader who also wants 5 hours a week for himself will look different, as their worlds and words are different. I'm curious what your offer looks like now. Have you got one? How irresistible is it? Imagine you're a potential client who is experiencing the challenge or pain that you can help them to solve. Read your offer wearing your client's hat. Is there anything you need to change to make it more powerful, more specific? Hope it was useful. If you feel the time has come to reach out for help, to have a chat with someone who's done it before, find my contact details in the description. See you in the next video.